Hi everyone, it's Andrea from Green Beauty Collage. I'm collaborating with Eco Beauty Crew UK to bring you the best of green beauty. For today I'm doing a no makeup look. This is a very easy makeup look to achieve, but the secret to a successful no makeup look is minimal amount of products and products that look very natural on the skin. So let's start with the base because I want a light coverage and I want something that looks very natural on my skin. I'm going to be using a BB cream. And I've chosen this one from PHB, Ethical Beauty. It's their botanical BB cream. I'm in the shade medium. I'm going to shake the bottle really well, just in case there's any separation. And I'm going to use my hands, really simple, just apply a tiny amount of product all over my face. Use it like a normal cream. Just pop one pump on the back of my hand and apply it with my fingers. Start from the center of my face and work towards the outer edges. Now let's move on to a bit of concealer, and this is the most important part of this makeup look because the BB cream has a light coverage. It only helped a bit with neutralizing any redness on my skin and smoothing out a bit of my fine lines and my pores, but I still need concealer. And I want a lightweight concealer, and I'm gonna use it with my fingers, but also use a special technique on my breakout, just to make sure that I'm not using too much concealer on the areas that I don't need to. So I've chosen this concealer from Air Paris. It's their Arnica concealer. I'm in the shade Chai. And for my under eye, I'm going to use my fingers, and then I'm going to take a brush for the other areas. And just put my finger in the pot and then gently press it underneath my eyes. So I finished concealing my under eye area. I used a tiny amount of concealer on my eyelids as well because I'm not gonna be using an eyeshadow, and I just want to neutralize any darkness that I have on my eyelids as well. Now for the rest of my breakouts, because I want to use minimal amount of concealer, I'm going to take a liner brush like this with a very pointy end, and I'm going to dab it into my concealer and do some pinpointing concealing just on the spots that need a bit more coverage, and this way I will avoid having caked concealer on my face. And just a little bit on my chin because I have some breakouts. And all done. I finished with the concealer, so the skin looks pretty good and it looks very natural, like I'm not wearing anything. I'm going to add a tiny amount of powder because I have oily skin and I will get really oily after a couple of hours, and I'm using the Antipodes powder. This one is their Performance Plus Skin Brightening Mineral Finishing Powder in Translucent. And I'm going to use a small brush like this and set my concealer, my under eye concealer, and all the other areas where I used a concealer, and a little bit on my T-zone. And this powder will give me a very natural and very luminous finish. Now powder is done. Let's move on to a bit of highlighter and a bit of bronzer, just to make the skin look beautiful and fresh. I'm using, as a highlighter, I'm using this one from Air Paris. It's a beautiful golden highlighter. It's their vanilla highlighter in Sun Halo. Look how gorgeous this is. And I'm going to use my fingers and apply it a little bit on my Cupid's bow, a little bit on the bridge of my nose, and on the higher points of my face, like the top of my cheeks. I'll just take my hair on the side so you can see. And highlighter is done. Now use a bit of bronzer. I'm using this Inika bronzer. It's the loose mineral bronzer in Sunkissed. And I'm going to take a big fluffy brush because I want the look to look very natural, as if I was outside in the sun. And just tap the excess because I want the tiniest amount. Now I have this really healthy glow to my skin. And I'm going to use a little bit of this bronzer on my eyelids as well, just to give my eyes a bit of definition. I'm taking a small eyeshadow brush and take a tiny amount, look straight in the mirror and just create a little bit of definition. And that's it. All done with the bronzer. Now let's move on to lips and cheeks, and I'm using a gorgeous Air Paris Carrot Color Pot in Harmony. It's a beautiful, very natural color. This is very similar to my natural lip color. This is why I'm using it. And I'm going to use it on my cheeks and on my lips as well. You need to make sure you blend it really, really well, so it looks like you are actually blushing and you're not wearing anything on your cheeks. Now I'm going to take my concealer brush and just buff the edges to make it look a bit more natural. And now I'm going to use the same color on my lips. This color pot from Air Paris is highly pigmented, and it has a very natural but matte finish. But it is not drying on the lips. It feels really comfortable. Now let's finish off with the eyes, because I want my eyes to still stand out but don't look like I'm wearing makeup. I'm going to take a black eye pencil. This one is from PHB Ethical Beauty. And I'm going to use a tiny amount along my upper lash line. And as you can see, it doesn't look like I'm wearing makeup. Now I'm going to curl my lashes and apply a small amount of mascara. And I'm using a natural looking mascara, and it's the PHB Ethical Beauty all-in-one black mascara, and just use one coat just to darken my lashes and to give a bit of definition, but not too much. And that's it with the eyes. And to finish off this look, I need to do my eyebrows. I'm going to do a very natural looking eyebrow, but I still want a bit of definition. I want my face to look a bit more framed. And I'm using the most amazing eyebrow powder I've ever used, and it's this one from Zao. It's the perfect color for me. And the finish is super natural. I just love it. And it's really long lasting. I'm just going to use a spoolie to brush my brows and then fill in all the gaps. And that's it. That's the finished look. Very easy to do. It looks really beautiful and natural. And it's really nice for someone who doesn't like to wear much makeup but still wants to look polished and to hide those little imperfections that everyone has. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye!